Hello children, we were studying Unit 7, Our Environment, and the topic that we will study today is water pollution. First of all, what is water pollution? The contamination of water with unwanted substances which cause harmful effects on both living organisms and non-living objects is water pollution. So what happens is that some unwanted harmful substances, they get mixed with natural water bodies, and this leads to the degradation of water quality. So when the water quality falls, that means it is now no more suitable for consumption. So now if that water is being used for irrigation purpose, or if we are consuming that water or animals are consuming, then it is going to harm each living creature on earth. Okay, and who is responsible for this contamination of natural water resource? It is human beings. The harmful and unwanted substances which contaminate the water and cause water pollution are called water pollutants. So the unwanted substances that are making the water harmful or degrading the quality of water, they are known as water pollutants. Now if I ask you that give me few examples of pollutants, so what will you say? They may be some chemicals, detergents, pesticides. All right, so pesticides, fertilizers, detergent, oil, grease, they are all water pollutants. Various human activities are responsible for water pollution. Now the use of detergents, that is done by humans. Then many a times the untreated waste is as it is thrown in water bodies, that adds to the contamination. So these things are done by human beings, and it is humans only who are responsible for water pollution. Then oil is also written, children. We all know that oil tankers, they move from one place to the other through waterways. Now because of some reason, if there is any leakage in the tanker, then oil spills, and that oil spilling, what will happen? Oil being lighter than water, it forms a covering, a thin layer on the water body, and this is again a type of pollutant, right? It is contaminating the water. Now let us see what are the harmful effects of water pollution. Polluted water can lead to growth of many diseases like cholera, dysentery, etc. Several names of diseases are mentioned in your book, children. See, polluted water means it is a home for microorganisms also. Okay, and some microorganisms are harmful for our body. So if we are going to consume that water unfiltered, straight away we consume polluted water, then those microbes can enter our system and make us ill. Okay, or can be a reason of some or the other disease. Another problem associated with water pollution is eutrophication. This is a new term for you, children, so this you need to understand, and the definition itself is very important. I want all of you to mark it and understand the term. The loss of dissolved oxygen from water in water bodies, this is called eutrophication. So we all know that water has oxygen. So whenever there will be a loss or reduction in the amount of oxygen in the water, then that is called eutrophication. How this happens, this I will be telling you. Okay, next is biological magnification. Children, the word magnification means an increase. Okay, when something increases, enlarges, that is magnification. So biological magnification, what it means? It means the increase in concentration of harmful chemical substances like pesticides in the body of living organisms at each trophic level of food chain. So we all know that different levels of there are different trophic levels in a food chain. Okay, like at the base we have all the green plants, then followed by your herbivores, then your carnivores, then omnivores. Okay, this I'm talking about a general food chain. Now if we concentrate on the aquatic ecosystem, aquatic life, then there are planktons. I hope you remember I told you this term, phytoplanktons and zooplanktons. Phytoplanktons means the the water plants, and zooplanktons means those animals, aquatic animals. Okay, so there are many small simple plants and animals which live in water. So if there is some sort of chemical contamination in water, then it will reach these aquatic forms of life, and the phytoplanktons are eaten up by zooplanktons. So the chemical accumulation or the toxic accumulation that happened inside the phytoplankton's body, that will be passed on to the zooplankton, and in this way from zooplankton to smaller fishes, then to bigger fishes. So what is happening, there is an increase in the concentration of harmful chemical substance, and how it is happening from one trophic level to the other. This process is called biological magnification. I will again deal with this topic in detail. Then accidental oil spill through oil tankers forms a thin film on the water surface called oil slick. As I told you children that there are oil tankers, and if there is some sort of leakage, then it will lead to oil spill, and whenever the oil gets spilled, then oil being lighter, it will form a thin film over the water body, and that is known as oil slick. Now because of oil slick, the water has lost its connection with the environment. Okay, so this leads to killing of thousands of marine plants and animals. Children, see this picture. You can see that there is a water body and it is totally covered with scum. This is algal growth. Okay, algae has grown over the water body, and this excessive algal growth, it forms a scum, green scum over the water body. This is the condition of eutrophication. All right, now imagine one water body near a field, and in that field farmers, they use that field for cropping. Okay, so various crops are grown, and in order to increase the yield of those crops, farmers make use of many chemicals, fertilizers, pesticides. Okay, so they are using all that. Now because of rain or because of irrigation, what will happen, the topmost layer of the soil that is containing all those chemicals which the farmer has used, that layer will get washed off, and after getting washed off, it will come and mix with this water. Okay, so this is a constant process, it keeps on happening. So because of this, excessive nutrients, they reach the water body. Now when these chemicals, or if I name in particular nitrogen and phosphorus rich compounds, when they reach water body, then they promote the growth of algae in water body. So what will happen, the situation that you are seeing on your screen right now, this will happen. The entire water body will be covered with green scum because a lot of algal growth has happened. All right, now this algae continues to grow in water. It is preparing its own food, doing photosynthesis and living happily. So it keeps on increasing, and slowly it will cover the entire water body. Now there will be a time when some algae will start dying also. Okay, so when they start dying, then they are degraded, they are decomposed by microbes. So this process leads to reduction in the oxygen level of water. Okay, so what is happening, since the algae has taken over the entire upper surface of the water body and it is living happily there, then when it is dying, it is acted upon by the decomposers. So all these processes are taking place, and in the meanwhile the dissolved oxygen content of the water decreases. So when dissolved oxygen will be less, then how will the marine or the aquatic plants and animals survive? Just think what will happen to the small fishes that are there inside this water body. They are not getting enough oxygen now, so they will also start dying. The phytoplanktons, the small plants that are there inside the water body, they are not getting enough dissolved oxygen, so they will also start dying. Okay, so all the aquatic life that is under or beneath this scum, they will start losing life. So this is what happens in eutrophication. All right, next is your biomagnification or biological magnification. As I told you, the word magnification means to increase. See children, here it is written, increase in the concentration of a pollutant as it passes from one trophic level to the next. Now again, because of some human activity, the water body got polluted. A lot of toxic substances accumulated in the water body. Now that toxic will be absorbed or consumed by the phytoplanktons. When the zooplanktons will eat those phytoplanktons, then the toxic will move inside its body. Those zooplanktons will be consumed by smaller fishes, so the poison will move inside the smaller fishes body. Then that will be consumed by the larger ones, so the larger fishes will also get that same toxic or poison in its body. So what is happening, at every trophic level there is increase in the concentration of the pollutant. Okay, so this is biomagnification. These are all the harmful effects of water pollution. Now, since it is so harmful, we should know and follow the measures which can help us control water pollution. What are they? First one is treatment of sewage and industrial waste before discharging it into water bodies. Untreated waste should not be straight away thrown in water. There are treatment plants in our country also, in several places, but some of them are non-functional. So it is very important that the waste that goes in the water is treated one, and whatever is harmful should be separated. Next is, do not throw waste directly into the water bodies. This is something which we all can follow at our own level, at individual level. We should never throw polythene bags in the water body. We should not throw garbage in water bodies. So if we are responsible citizens and if we take steps at our own level, then also it will prove beneficial. All right, so this is all about water pollution. Children, I told you one day about river Yamuna and how it is so much polluted. It is considered as one of the most polluted rivers in India. At the same time, it is one of the most sacred rivers also. Okay, other than Ganga, even river Yamuna is considered as mother, very sacred river. So in our country, where the water bodies are treated as mothers, there also if we are responsible for polluting the water, then it is very shameful for our country. So we all should be responsible. All right, now in the next turn we will discuss about deforestation, and in the meanwhile you will study this topic well. Please draw the diagram of eutrophication that is given in your book. You have to draw that diagram in your fair copy. All right, thank you children.